Frick, who's the next guest? Chop?
What is it, Hugh?
I've forgotten that was really funny, I forgot the next guest. Is that the one? Yep.
Hugh, one job, the one job that's more important than anything else when you're an MC is to remember the acts' names, and you can't even do that.
He's got a hard name.
I'm not angry, Hugh. You know I really am disappointed. It's Peter Escott, Hugh. It's Peter Escott. Just
Woo!
Now the mood's been brought down. I've stopped reading. Probably having nightmares. Just get back to the show, mate. Let's get back to the show.
Sorry, Chop. Ladies and gentlemen, your next guest, Peter Escott!
The gap between the rich and the poor. 5% of the world's population owns 95% of the world's Tarzos. I don't know that for certain, I just read it on a suicide note, so... Now what is a really, really piss-poor form of communication is the sneakers hanging from the phone lines. It's an arresting image, it's got that extra air of clandestine danger because you may have heard any one of the 15 urban legends circulating about what it means if you see sneakers hanging from power lines on a suburban street. Unfortunately, they're all true, rendering it completely worthless as a signal of any sort. Basically, it's suburban man's way of saying, hey, alright, just between you and me, something's happened here. Something very important has happened here. Something deeply tragic has happened here outside this house on this very street. Or possibly something wonderful has happened here. Or is going to happen here. Or could happen here if you want it to happen. Or if you're not careful. Which is why I'm warning you away or possibly inviting you in. Which really makes it just the shittest of all possible universal languages. This is how Esperanto would be if there was one word in Esperanto, and that word was... And if you want to know the sorts of standards I'm holding the sneakers hanging from the phone lines up to, I'm holding it up to the standards of nothing more than the handkerchief code. I fucking love the handkerchief code. It was developed by homosexual men in the 1960s and 70s. Basically what you do, you hang a particular style and particular colour of handkerchief out of your left trouser pocket, signifying a particular sexual kink that can be well and truly satisfied by another man wearing that same handkerchief out of his right trouser pocket, or vice versa. It's beautiful, it's brilliant, it's efficient, it's complex yet simple to learn, and best of all, it didn't even arise out of fear of persecution by the authorities. It came out because gay bars were getting to be really, really noisy. You have to understand, this was a different time. This was back in the 60s. Times were different. Techno hadn't been invented. They had to bring a traction engine into the gay bar and set it up in the middle of the room and turn it up to full blast. Just... What? You want me to what? You'd like me to do what? And so we have the handkerchiefs. It's fantastic. And best of all, it's a constantly evolving language, taking in new kinks and fetishes all the time. You know, I like to listen to the Beatles in stereo. I prefer to listen to the Beatles in mono. Let's set up 2 turntables at opposite ends of the room and argue about it while making angry love to each other. I would like to put a sheet over my head, dress up like a ghost and chase you around my house until I catch you. I would like to dress up like Pac-Man and run away. I like to cover myself from head to toe in butter before having sex. I'd like to be your housemate and leave passive-aggressive notes on the fridge the next morning, asking politely who has been using all the butter. Thank you.